What's going on YouTube? Austin Zay back here with another YouTube video, and in today's video we're going to be updating you on the brand new stimulus package, okay? We're going to break it all down and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know moving forward. And I wanted to wait a couple of days before making the video. So you've probably already seen a couple of other stimulus videos, but just stay to the very end. I wanted to make sure to include absolutely everything that you need to know as it pertains to the new stimulus bill. Now, for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I really appreciate you being here. And if you wouldn't mind just going ahead and just smashing that like button, it would really help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if we could get like 10 or 20,000 likes, that would just be incredible. You would make my entire year, and I would just really appreciate it. And those of you that are returning, you know that normally I make videos on how to save money, how to invest your money, and real estate in the stock market, and pretty much everything like that, okay? But I have made quite a few different stimulus videos, and it's been a little while since I made a stimulus video, because in all honesty, there wasn't any stimulus updates, okay? So all the different people that were making stimulus videos day in and day out, I'm not hating, okay? I'm not here to hate. I'm just saying that I try to only make a video on the stimulus stuff when there's an update. So today we're talking about the HEALS Act package that the Senate GOP actually proposed, and what that actually stands for is this, okay? It stands for Health, Economic Assistance, Liability Protection, and Schools. So in a nutshell, basically the name stands for all the different things that the package is designed to assist or help with, okay? Supposedly, we're looking at another $1,200 stimulus check, and I know that that is probably why you're excited to watch the video. You want to click off right now. Well, just real quick, before you do that, I just want to go ahead and break down all of the additional terms that they went ahead and threw into the brand new proposal. So let's just go ahead and break it down for you so we know exactly what is going on and when we can expect to actually see the bill pass, okay? And what really the chances are of the bill passing. So as you're probably familiar, the CARES Act that got passed in March was a $1,200 stimulus check. Now, there was a lot of other things that the actual CARES Act ended up doing, as it was a $2.2 trillion bill. Okay, but we're gonna break this one down for you. This one looks like it's gonna be about $1 trillion bill, and I wanna just kind of show you exactly where all that different money is gonna be going, aside from the $1,200 stimulus check, and then also who's gonna actually end up qualifying. So as you know, what they're doing this for is just really to help the economy, right? To not go into a recession any further than we already are, and then ideally to help the people that need help the most. And that's what we've been seeing, right? For the last couple of months, I mean, ultimately, we've seen a lot of different things and a lot has happened, and I'm neutral on the whole thing, but what we've seen and what we've heard a lot of people talk about is that, you know, they want to ultimately help the people that need help the most. Now, in the month of June, we actually did see the economy pretty much annihilate all of the predictions and all of the projections that, you know, the people actually said would happen. So in the month of June, unemployment actually fell to 11.1%, and about 4.8 million new jobs were added to the economy. So the economy is getting better, okay? Now, it is nowhere near good, okay? I'll be the first to admit that the economy is nowhere near good. It's nowhere near what it was back in January or February, okay? But the economy in the month of June, now July is almost over, depending on when you're watching, July is almost over, but in the month of June, it did get significantly better than a lot of people thought it would. So let's just break down the new stimulus bill and who would be eligible to actually receive that particular check, and then what else it's going to do. So we're gonna break it down, but about $100 billion of that proposed bill would actually go to schools reopening. They're also adding a bunch of money to the Paycheck Protection Program. And of course, like we talked about, $1,200 would go to the American people that are gonna be eligible. Now, if you're not aware, the Paycheck Protection Program has already given out about $500 billion to small businesses that were eligible, that applied, and that qualified to receive that money. And a lot of that was actually forgivable loans, okay? So you have $500 billion from the Paycheck Protection Program, otherwise known as the PPP, that got given to small businesses, and a vast majority of that was forgivable, meaning a lot of that is not going to have to actually get paid back. So what does the HEALS Act actually do, and what doesn't it do? Okay, what did they add to this bill, and what did they take out of the bill? The proposal actually does not include an extension of the federal eviction moratorium. Okay, so in a nutshell, it doesn't actually do a ton as it pertains to housing relief. Now, it does do a little bit, and we're going to talk about that here in just a minute, but it doesn't do a ton, okay? It doesn't do what a lot of people said that we needed. And if you follow me and you're subscribed to my channel, then you know I've actually made several different videos over the last couple of months. You can definitely go check those out about the mortgage crisis and about the actual real estate collapse. As you know, I've been doing real estate for about 7 years now, okay? So I've made a couple videos on that, and I'm going to tie that all together in this video so it's just easy to understand exactly what is going on. And we'll talk about that in just a minute, but I want to make sure that you stay to the end of the video, and I want to talk about what I know a lot of you want me to talk about, and that is who exactly is going to be eligible to receive the next $1,200 stimulus check. And I know there was a lot of people that didn't receive the first one, okay? About 159 million people received the first stimulus check, okay? The checks have been sent out, they've been direct deposited, about 159 million people have actually received that first check. Now, it took way too long, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions, okay? I've gotten a million comments of people that are like, Austin, you know, it took way too long, right? But at the end of the day, about 159 people got that first round of stimulus. So as you may or may not know, in the first round of stimulus, there were actually not only dead people that were getting stimulus checks, but also a lot of prisoners were getting stimulus checks. Now, again, I stay totally neutral, but in my humble opinion, I don't think that dead people or prisoners should receive stimulus money, okay? So in the HEALS Act, they are not going to allow dead people or prisoners to actually receive the stimulus check. So those people are not going to be eligible. So I apologize. If you're a dead person or if you're a prisoner and you're watching my video, definitely make sure you like the video, okay? I really appreciate it if you just smash that like button, but you're not going to be receiving a $1,200 stimulus check, so I apologize in advance. I've also made several videos on the $600 a week in additional unemployment, okay? So let's just talk about what they intend on doing with that. And they are surprisingly going to get extended until September. However, they are going to be reducing the $600 in additional unemployment down to $200. And after September, states will go ahead and replace the maximum unemployment at about 70% of a worker's previous pay. And that really is essentially to prevent people from making more money on unemployment than they made at their previous job, okay? Which we actually did see a lot of. From March, I would say March, April, May, June, there were a significant amount of people in the United States that were making more money on unemployment than they were at their previous job. Now, that isn't to say that that was everybody. Definitely wasn't everybody, right? There was a lot of people that didn't get that. There was a lot of people that didn't get it at all, okay? So there's always kind of two sides to the coin here, but that is in a nutshell what they're trying to prevent. Another thing that Senator Mitch McConnell wanted to go ahead and add into the stimulus bill, and he talks about how basically this is something that he would add into any stimulus bill that were to get passed, and that is something that he refers to as kind of the liability shield. This is really designed to prevent schools and universities and businesses and hospitals from getting sued as a result of kind of the pandemic or the virus, which I'm not going to go into very much, okay? So that, in a nutshell, is something that he kind of threw into the bill, and we'll just have to see, right? We'll have to see exactly how that plays out, because at the end of the day, I'm not entirely sure that they're going to be able to get the other party to agree with that. Now, to be totally honest with you, I'm not sure they're going to be able to get both parties to agree on a whole lot, okay? But that is somebody that's looking at it objectively and from a very neutral standpoint. The HEALS Act provides about $3.3 billion for a lot of the housing-related stuff, which I've made a couple videos on where I was talking about the NLIHC and how they've been saying that about $100 billion would be required to actually fix a lot of the different problems, a lot of the evictions and a lot of the different things that you see with the lower income renters and things of that nature. So the bill definitely doesn't provide nearly what the NLIHC said that they would need. And you know, that's something that I encourage you to look into different articles and different things to determine for yourself what you kind of think about that particular number. They're saying that about 19 to about 23 million people, or in other words, about 1 in every 5 people are looking at potentially an eviction by the month of October. So definitely a big problem in my opinion, okay? But it is definitely something that I encourage everybody to form your own opinion on. And my kind of role here in everything on the platform of YouTube is, again, I normally make videos on, how to make money, how to save money, how to invest your money, the stock market and real estate, but I really like making videos on this stuff as it relates to personal finance, right? It relates to the things going on in the world, and I always encourage everybody to form their own opinion. So definitely form your own opinion on that, and I would really appreciate you dropping into the comments section, letting me know what you think about the things going on with the evictions right now, right? And the things going on with the mortgage crisis and real estate in general, as I do real estate, and it's very interesting to me. Diane Yentl, the NLIHC's president and CEO, actually said in a statement the following: rental assistance would keep low-income renters stably housed and allow small landlords to continue to maintain and operate their properties. Now, I like that, okay? I do real estate, and we own property, right? We own property, we fix and flip property, we do things with real estate. Now, I'm not some big time guru by any means of the matter, but I'm looking to be eventually, and I'm looking to own property in the long run, and to know that, if something like this were to ever happen again, that, we not only the tenant would be taken care of or assisted, right, if they're not able to work, but the landlord as well, right? I think that's only fair at the end of the day. The federal government steps in and they help. If they're going to shut down all the businesses in America, then they ought to do something about people being able to pay their rent and people being able to pay their mortgage. Senator Tim Scott, like I said, basically is saying that they want 100% of all business meals to be tax deductible, 100% tax deductible until the end of the year, okay? And that is something that the president and the White House have both basically come out and said, including Larry Kudlow, and they want to really encourage people, right, to go out, support their restaurants in their local community as they've been hit especially hard during these times, okay? So aside from that, basically a lot of people, Twitter, you see Google, there's a lot of different big corporations pushing their employees to work from home. Research is actually showing that businesses aren't really paying for employees to eat out during the crisis, okay? So things to definitely consider, things to keep in mind. And overall, businesses are being hit very hard, and I'll kind of end on this note, but businesses are being hit hard, and in the last month, 722 companies have sought out bankruptcy, which is about a 48% increase from last year, okay, from 2019 in the month of, I believe that was either May or June. These are big name companies that have been around for a very long time, okay, such as Gold's Gym, J. Crew, Brooks Brothers, Neiman Marcus, Bar Louie, Pier 1, and a bunch of other companies, okay? So, these are companies that have been around forever that are filing for bankruptcy. Now, just like every other YouTube video, this is a proposal, okay? I'm making a video on a proposal. At the end of the day, basically every video at this point, unless it's talking about the CARES Act, it's talking about proposals. Now, the Senate in the House is going to have to pass this particular bill, right? You're going to have, and I'm not a politician, I'm the furthest thing from a politician, okay? But you're going to have a bunch of bipartisan support. You've got to have the Democrats, the Republicans, they've got to agree. And we all know in America right now how difficult something like that is, okay? So we will see what happens. We've seen, the House and everybody essentially be on recess from what it feels like to be a very long time now. But it'll probably be the first or second week in August before we really see anything happen with the HEALS Act. And any other updates that I have between now and then, or even after the fact, I'm definitely going to make a video on, okay? So I hope that you definitely got a bunch of value from this video. If you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. Again, if you would just go ahead and just smash that like button, it really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm, okay? And other than that, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.